By age 70, you may have already lost 40% of your muscle mass without even noticing. This gradual decline, called sarcopenia, quietly erodes independence and increases the risk of mobility disabilities by 320%, potentially leading to reliance on wheelchairs or assisted living. While some muscle loss is natural with age, much of it can be prevented or reversed with proper nutrition. Unfortunately, many seniors lack key nutrients, particularly vitamin deficiencies, which accelerate muscle loss. Why should you care? Imagine being able to walk freely, carry groceries, or play with grandchildren, versus struggling to stand up or fearing every step due to fall risks. Despite its importance, muscle health is often overlooked. Anti-aging products dominate ads, but solutions for muscle loss remain underappreciated. The good news? Science has identified 6 essential nutrients that can reverse muscle wasting. Studies show 87% of participants experience significant improvements in daily activities like climbing stairs within just 2 weeks of incorporating these nutrients into their diets. Before diving deeper, share your thoughts below. Where are you reading this from? And don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more insights. Let's rewrite aging together. Ready? Let's begin. Section 1. Coenzyme Q10, CoQ10, the cellular energy powerhouse. If muscles were cars, then coenzyme Q10, CoQ10, would be the fuel that keeps them running smoothly. But here's the problem. As we age, our bodies produce less and less of this vital compound. By the time you reach your golden years, your CoQ10 levels could drop by a staggering 65%. Imagine trying to drive a car with half its fuel tank missing. That's essentially what's happening inside your body. CoQ10 resides in the mitochondria, those tiny powerhouses within your cells responsible for producing over 95% of your body's energy. When CoQ10 levels plummet, so does your muscle strength and recovery ability. This energy deficit explains why so many seniors report feeling weak, fatigued, and unable to keep up with daily activities. But there's another layer to this issue, one that makes it even more urgent. Many seniors take medications like statins to manage cholesterol levels. While these drugs are effective for heart health, they come with a hidden cost. They deplete CoQ10 levels even further. Picture this. You're taking a pill to protect your heart, but unbeknownst to you, it's simultaneously sapping your muscles of the very energy they need to function properly. No wonder more than 60% of seniors on statins report experiencing muscle pain, weakness, or fatigue. So what's the solution? First, aim to include CoQ10-rich foods in your diet, such as organ meats, fatty fish, and whole grains. However, let's be honest, how many of us actually eat liver or sardines regularly? For most people, supplementation is the practical choice. Look for high-quality options like Doctor's Best High-Absorption CoQ10, which includes black pepper extract to enhance bioavailability by up to 30%. Another standout product is Conol Ultra CoQ10, featuring a patented water-soluble formula that boasts 300% greater absorption compared to traditional supplements. Here's a real-life example. Mary, a 72-year-old retiree from Florida, struggled with debilitating muscle fatigue for years. After adding CoQ10 supplements to her routine, she noticed a dramatic improvement. "I used to dread getting out of bed in the morning," she shared. "Now, I wake up feeling energized and ready to tackle the day." Stories like Mary's remind us that small changes can yield big results. Section 2. Vitamin D, the sunshine vitamin that keeps muscle strong. The power of vitamin D. If there's one nutrient that deserves the title of miracle worker for muscle health, it's vitamin D. Often referred to as the sunshine vitamin, this powerhouse nutrient does far more than just support bone health. It plays a critical role in maintaining muscle strength, function, and balance as you age. But here's the catch. Vitamin D deficiency is alarmingly common among seniors, with over 40% of older adults lacking adequate levels. This deficiency can lead to muscle weakness, poor coordination, and an increased risk of falls, factors that significantly impact independence and quality of life. Imagine this scenario. You're walking through your neighborhood on a crisp autumn morning, enjoying the fresh air and the vibrant colors of the changing leaves. Suddenly, your foot catches on an uneven patch of sidewalk, and before you know it, you're sprawled on the ground, clutching your hip in pain. For many seniors, this isn't just a hypothetical situation. It's a reality that happens all too often. Falls are the leading cause of injury-related hospitalizations among older adults, and one of the primary culprits? Muscle weakness caused by low vitamin D levels. But why is vitamin D so crucial for muscle health? To understand this, we need to dive into the science behind it. Vitamin D receptors, VDRs, are found throughout muscle tissue. When these receptors are activated by sufficient vitamin D levels, they help regulate muscle contraction, energy production, and protein synthesis. However, when vitamin D levels drop, these receptors become inactive, leading to muscle atrophy, weakness, and impaired function. In fact, studies have shown that seniors with optimal vitamin D levels experience a 20% reduction in fall risk compared to those who are deficient. That's not just a statistic, it's a lifeline for anyone hoping to maintain their independence as they age. The hidden crisis: why so many seniors are deficient. Despite its importance, vitamin D deficiency remains a silent epidemic among older adults. There are several reasons for this widespread issue. Limited sun exposure. As we age, our skin becomes less efficient at producing vitamin D from sunlight. Add to that the fact that many seniors spend more time indoors due to mobility issues or live in climates with limited sunshine, and it's easy to see why sun-derived vitamin D is often insufficient. Dietary gaps. While foods like fatty fish, egg yolks, and fortified dairy products contain vitamin D, they're not always consumed in large enough quantities to meet daily needs. Moreover, dietary restrictions, such as lactose intolerance or vegan diets, can further limit intake. Medications and health conditions. Certain medications, such as anticonvulsants and glucocorticoids, interfere with vitamin D metabolism. Additionally, conditions like obesity, kidney disease, and gastrointestinal disorders can impair absorption and utilization of this vital nutrient. The consequences of vitamin D deficiency extend beyond muscle weakness. It also affects calcium absorption, which is essential for proper muscle contraction. Without enough vitamin D, your muscles struggle to utilize calcium effectively, resulting in reduced strength, poor coordination, and even tremors. For seniors, this creates a vicious cycle. Weak muscles lead to decreased mobility, which in turn accelerates muscle loss and increases fall risk. Real-life stories. How vitamin D changed lives. Let me share a story that illustrates the transformative power of vitamin D. Meet John, a 76-year-old retiree from Chicago. For years, John had been experiencing unexplained fatigue and muscle weakness. Simple tasks like carrying groceries or climbing stairs left him breathless. His doctor initially attributed these symptoms to normal aging. But after persistent advocacy, John underwent a blood test that revealed dangerously low vitamin D levels. With guidance from his healthcare provider, he began taking a high-quality vitamin D supplement along with incorporating more vitamin D-rich foods into his diet. Within just 3 months, John noticed a dramatic improvement. He no longer felt exhausted after walking his dog, and he regained the confidence to tackle household chores without assistance. It's like someone flipped a switch, John said during a follow-up visit. I feel stronger, more energetic, and ready to take on the world again. Stories like John's highlight the importance of addressing vitamin D deficiency proactively. By doing so, seniors can reclaim their strength, reduce their risk of falls, and enjoy a higher quality of life. Practical solutions: boosting your vitamin D levels. So, how can you ensure you're getting enough vitamin D? Here are some actionable steps. Sunlight exposure. Aim for 10 to 30 minutes of midday sunlight exposure several times a week, depending on your skin tone and geographic location. Be mindful of sunscreen use, as it can block vitamin D synthesis. Dietary sources. Incorporate vitamin D-rich foods into your meals. Fatty fish like salmon and mackerel, fortified milk and cereals, and egg yolks are excellent options. Supplementation. For most seniors, supplementation is necessary to achieve optimal levels. The recommended daily intake ranges from 800 to 2000 IU, though higher doses may be needed for those with severe deficiencies. Look for high-quality supplements like nature-made vitamin D3, which uses cholecalciferol, the most bioavailable form of vitamin D. If you prefer liquid options, Nordic Naturals Vitamin D3 offers precise dosing and superior absorption thanks to its olive oil carrier. Regular testing. Don't wait until symptoms arise. Schedule regular blood tests to monitor your vitamin D levels and adjust your regimen accordingly. By prioritizing vitamin D, you're not just protecting your muscles, you're safeguarding your future independence
Section 3.
and vitality. Vitamin B12, the unsung hero of muscle health. Why vitamin B12 matters. When we think of muscle health, vitamin B12 probably isn't the first nutrient that comes to mind. Yet, this humble vitamin plays a starring role in maintaining strong, functional muscles. Known as the energy vitamin, B12 is essential for nerve function, red blood cell production, and DNA synthesis, all processes that directly impact muscle performance. Unfortunately, many seniors unknowingly suffer from B12 deficiency, mistaking its symptoms for normal signs of aging. Here's the harsh truth. Up to 30% of adults over 50 have atrophic gastritis, a condition that impairs the stomach's ability to absorb B12 from food. Combine this with the widespread use of medications like metformin and proton pump inhibitors, which further deplete B12 levels, and you have a recipe for disaster. Symptoms of B12 deficiency include fatigue, weakness, numbness, tingling, and difficulty walking, all of which can severely impact mobility and independence. How B12 supports muscle function. To truly appreciate the importance of B12, let's break down its roles in muscle health. Nerve function. B12 helps maintain the myelin sheath, the protective coating around nerves. When B12 levels are low, this sheath deteriorates, causing nerve signals to misfire. The result? Muscle tremors, poor coordination, and a decline in fine motor skills. Red blood cell production. B12 is crucial for producing healthy red blood cells, which transport oxygen to your muscles. Without adequate oxygen, muscles struggle to generate energy, leading to fatigue and weakness. Protein synthesis. B12 supports the creation of new proteins, the building blocks of muscle tissue. A deficiency hinders this process, accelerating muscle breakdown and atrophy. Case study. Turning back the clock with B12. Consider the story of Margaret, a 68-year-old grandmother from Texas. For years, Margaret battled unexplained fatigue and muscle weakness. She assumed it was simply part of getting older, but her family noticed a troubling change. She could barely lift her grandchildren anymore. Concerned, they urged her to see a doctor, who diagnosed her with severe B12 deficiency. Margaret started receiving B12 injections weekly, along with switching to a sublingual methylcobalamin supplement. Within weeks, her energy levels soared, and her grip strength improved dramatically. "I feel like I've turned back the clock," Margaret exclaimed. "I can play with my grandkids again, and I don't feel tired all the time." Tips for optimizing B12 levels. To avoid falling victim to B12 deficiency, consider the following strategies. Dietary choices. Include animal-based foods like meat, fish, eggs, and dairy in your diet. Vegetarians and vegans should explore fortified plant-based alternatives or consider supplements. Supplementation. For seniors, sublingual methylcobalamin supplements like Garo Formula's Methyl B12 are highly effective. They bypass the digestive system, ensuring maximum absorption. Another excellent option is Garden of Life Vitamin Code, Raw B12, which combines probiotics and enzymes for enhanced bioavailability. Regular monitoring. If you're on medications known to deplete B12 or have risk factors like atrophic gastritis, schedule routine blood tests to monitor your levels. By addressing B12 deficiency, you're not just preserving muscle mass, you're empowering yourself to live life to the fullest. Section 4. Magnesium, the overlooked mineral for muscle health. Magnesium's role in muscle function. While magnesium may not get as much attention as other nutrients, its importance cannot be overstated. This mineral is involved in over 300 biochemical reactions in the body, including those that regulate muscle contraction, relaxation, and energy production. Yet, despite its significance, magnesium deficiency is rampant among seniors, with more than 60% failing to meet daily requirements. Without adequate magnesium, muscles can't relax properly after contracting, leading to cramps, spasms, and chronic tension. This constant state of contraction accelerates muscle fatigue and breakdown, making everyday activities increasingly difficult. Furthermore, magnesium is essential for ADP production, the energy currency of cells. Low magnesium levels mean your muscles lack the fuel they need to perform optimally, resulting in weakness and diminished endurance. Addressing the magnesium gap, several factors contribute to magnesium deficiency in seniors. Poor diet. Processed foods dominate many American diets, yet they're notoriously low in magnesium. Whole grains, nuts, seeds, and leafy greens are rich sources, but they're often underconsumed. Medications. Common drugs like diuretics, proton pump inhibitors, and certain antibiotics can deplete magnesium levels. Digestive issues. Conditions like Crohn's disease and celiac disease impair magnesium absorption, exacerbating the problem. Success story: reclaiming strength with magnesium. Take Linda, a 72-year-old retired teacher from California. For years, she suffered from debilitating leg cramps that disrupted her sleep and limited her mobility. Her doctor prescribed magnesium glycinate, a highly absorbable form of the mineral. Within days, her cramps disappeared, and she noticed improved energy and stamina. I didn't realize how much magnesium was affecting me until I started taking it, Linda shared. Now, I feel like I got my life back. Boosting magnesium intake. To combat magnesium deficiency, try these strategies. Food first. Focus on magnesium-rich foods like spinach, almonds, cashews, quinoa, and black beans. Supplements. Opt for high-quality options like Doctor's Best High Absorption Magnesium Glycinate, which avoids the laxative effect common with cheaper forms. Topical applications. Epsom salt baths or magnesium oil sprays can provide targeted relief for sore muscles. By prioritizing magnesium, you're giving your muscles the support they need to stay strong, flexible, and resilient. Section 5. Creatine, the unsung ally for senior muscle health. Why creatine deserves your attention. When you hear the word creatine, your mind might immediately jump to images of young bodybuilders chugging protein shakes and lifting heavy weights at the gym. But here's the surprising truth. Creatine isn't just for athletes or fitness enthusiasts. It's one of the most powerful tools seniors can use to preserve muscle mass, strength, and independence. In fact, research shows that creatine supplementation, combined with light resistance training, can increase muscle strength by 14% and add 2.2 pounds of lean muscle mass in just 12 weeks. That's a game changer for anyone looking to combat age-related muscle loss. But what exactly is creatine, and why is it so effective? At its core, creatine is a naturally occurring compound found in small amounts in foods like red meat and fish. It plays a critical role in energy production, particularly during short bursts of intense activity. Think climbing stairs, getting up from a chair, or catching yourself to prevent a fall. Unfortunately, as we age, our natural creatine levels decline, leaving our muscles starved for energy and more prone to fatigue. This is where supplementation comes in, a simple, safe, and scientifically proven way to replenish your creatine stores and revitalize your muscles. How creatine works its magic. To fully appreciate the benefits of creatine, let's take a closer look at how it functions within the body. Energy production. Creatine helps regenerate ADP, adenosine triphosphate, the primary energy currency of your cells. During activities that require quick bursts of energy, like lifting groceries or pushing yourself out of a seated position, ADP is rapidly depleted. Creatine steps in to replenish ADP, ensuring your muscles have the fuel they need to perform these everyday tasks efficiently. Satellite cell activation. As we age, The activity of satellite cells, specialized cells responsible for muscle repair and regeneration, declines significantly. By the time you reach your 60s, satellite cell activity can drop by as much as 50%, making it harder for your body to maintain and rebuild muscle tissue. Creatine has been shown to boost satellite cell activation by up to 35%, effectively rejuvenating your muscle's ability to heal and grow. Muscle protein synthesis. Creatine also supports the synthesis of new proteins, which are essential for building and maintaining muscle fibers. Without adequate protein synthesis, muscles begin to break down faster than they can recover, leading to accelerated muscle loss. Cognitive benefits. Beyond its role in muscle health, creatine offers additional perks for brain function. Studies suggest that creatine supplementation can enhance memory, attention, and overall cognitive performance, benefits that become increasingly important as we age. Real-life impact. Stories of transformation. Let me share a story that illustrates the transformative power of creatine. Meet Richard, a 75-year-old retired engineer from Ohio. For years, Richard struggled with declining strength and mobility. Simple tasks like carrying his suitcase during travel or bending down to tie his shoes have become daunting challenges. His doctor recommended physical therapy, but despite months of effort, Richard saw little improvement. Then, a friend suggested he try creatine supplements. Skeptical but willing to give it a shot, Richard began taking 5 grams of creatine daily and incorporated light resistance exercises into his routine. Within weeks, he noticed a remarkable difference. "I feel like I've gained back years of my life," Richard shared. "I can lift heavier objects, walk longer distances, and even play tennis with my grandkids again." What's more, Richard reported improved mental clarity, saying, "My mind feels sharper too. I'm remembering things I haven't thought about in years." Stories like Richard's highlight the dual benefits of creatine. Not only does it strengthen muscles, but it also enhances cognitive function, offering a holistic approach to aging gracefully. Addressing common misconceptions. Despite its proven benefits, creatine remains underutilized among seniors, largely due to misconceptions and misinformation. Let's address some of the most common myths. Myth number 1. Creatine is only for young athletes. Fact. While creatine is popular among younger athletes, its benefits extend far beyond sports performance. Seniors, in particular, stand to gain significantly from creatine supplementation, as it directly addresses age-related declines in muscle mass, strength, and energy production. Myth number 2. Creatine causes kidney damage. Fact. Numerous studies have debunked this myth. Creatine is safe for long-term use, even in older adults with pre-existing health conditions. In fact, research involving over 200 peer-reviewed studies has confirmed its safety profile, provided users stay adequately hydrated. Myth number 3. Creatine requires a loading phase. Fact. Unlike younger athletes who often follow a loading phase to saturate their muscles quickly, seniors can achieve optimal results by taking a consistent daily dose of 3 to 5 grams without the need for loading. This approach is gentler on the body and equally effective. Myth number 4. Creatine leads to weight gain. Fact. While creatine can cause slight water retention in muscle cells, this effect is minimal and temporary. The added weight is negligible compared to the significant gains in muscle strength and functionality. By dispelling these myths, we can encourage more seniors to embrace creatine as a valuable tool for maintaining muscle health and overall vitality. Practical tips for incorporating creatine. If you're ready to harness the power of creatine, here are some actionable tips to get started. Dosage recommendations. For seniors, a daily dose of 3 to 5 grams is sufficient to reap the benefits. Unlike younger users, there's no need for a loading phase. Simply take the same amount every day. Timing. While creatine can be taken at any time, pairing it with meals or snacks may enhance absorption. Some experts recommend taking it post-workout to maximize recovery, but consistency is more important than timing.